Okay, hello. Alright, we are back again for some more No One But You. Alright, last time we learned quite a bit about our Megumi. We learned a little bit about her past, as well as this asshole here, teacher, and Mr. Katsuna. So we know a little bit more about the relationship. And you could say that they kind of mended the relationship between Megumi and our main protagonist. Someone, I guess you could say. I think they probably still have a little bit to work out, but I think they've come to a better understanding, and they actually kissed and stuff. I would say the last recording was a pretty entertaining one, in my opinion. There was a lot that actually happened, and it was probably one of my longer ones for this series. Mainly because I didn't want to stop playing when I was playing it. I'm like, shit, what the hell's going to happen next? Now, we're back here in class right here. Mr. Katsuna is here, the asshole. The question is, what is going to happen next? So, Megumi, we all know about Megumi, the information about this guy's past is out there, as well as the recording of his violence, so they have something. But Mr. Katsuna here, I doubt is going to let this slip. So I think there's going to be some conflict here with Mr. Boyfriend. Our main protagonist, that is. Mr. Katsuna here, I am surprised that he is even able to become a teacher. I really want to know how the hell he got back into the whole situation. Because, from my understanding, he was found guilty. Don't know how he became a teacher again. That's one huge question. Alright, let's start this. Alright, class. That's all for me. Please prepare for your next lesson. As our first class for the day ended, so too did our time with Mr. Katsuna. Although he now teaches several subjects, today we only have him for one class and homeroom, making today an easy day to sit through. Better yet? Oh, and Megumi, could you... Nope! Oh shit! I think Megumi now has the guts to basically just say no to anything he has to say. Megumi has learned to stand up to Mr. Katsuna once more. Megumi? That's Miss Hinohara, sensei. Miss Hinohara, I understand that you have things to do, but first... Sorry, sensei. Student council work awaits me. Though, if you need help that badly, I'm sure you can find some other volunteers to this class. Right, girls? Yes, absolutely. I'll help out. Count me in. Please let us help, Sensei. No, that's... Hey, don't be stingy. If Megumi can do it, so can we. That's right. Or is Sensei saying that we aren't good enough? No, it's not like that. I just... Great, let's go then, shall we? Dragged by each arm, Mr. Katsuna was forcefully escorted out of the classroom by two of the girls he had charmed on his first day. He glanced back in desperation, only to see Megumi smirking and waving goodbye. Worked like a charm. I'm getting pretty good at this, if I do say so myself. Well, don't get too ahead of yourselves. The dude knows that you guys aren't on good terms, and you're probably going to be keeping a close eye on. His past is kind of sketchy there to be in school, and I think one of the reasons he was only approaching Megumi was purely out of revenge for the situation he ended in. But he's the one who got himself in that situation to begin with, because he was going to frickin' rape her sister. He was literally going to do it. Basically, his seduction wasn't working. He's like, I think that's what he was hoping, that, just seduce her and then screw her with no issues, type, Megumi's sister. But that did not work. She was resistant, and Megumi just so happened to be there in the hallway. It sucks what happened, though. Really. Whether it was an accident or not, it was kind of, but it would have never been that situation if he wasn't there trying to frickin' rape her to begin with. No kidding. Mr. Katsuna never knew what hit him. It's his own fault for being such a charmer. And now that the hindrance is gone, there's nobody left to get between me and Aki. Megumi, We're still in the classroom, you know. So what? What does that have to do with anything? So, didn't you think I was alluding to something perverted, did you? Of course not. You would never do that. Are you sure? Wow, I could feel that sarcasm from across the room. Just how much of a pervert is our class rep? Oh, Yui! Yui's actually talking. Hey, I'm not pervert. I just have a healthy interest in Hideaki, that's all. Don't you mean you have a healthy interest in sex? Or in the other gender? No? Never mind. I'm out of here. And I came over because I thought you two were having fun, but not that kind of fun. Yui's like, yeah, your little, sexy talk here, I don't want to really be involved in that. You guys just enjoy that. Yui, wait, it's not like that. Perhaps I misjudged Yui. It seems she knows better than to get in the way of our flirting after all. What the Megumi, you're the one doing all the flirting. Oh, wait, Megumi? What? Did you want Yui to join in? Megumi, are you up for that or something? Threesome? I think it's a little early in our relationship for a three-way. My. Megumi here, I mean, I thought she was always a little, open sexually for her. She doesn't seem to hide it very much. I wouldn't be surprised if, our main protagonist here could basically end up getting her in bed tomorrow if he wanted to. But he seems to have some restraint and respects her, I think, to a point. That he's not just gonna go like, yeah, I'm gonna screw you. I'm gonna have sex with you right now. For some reason, I feel that she would be open for it. She wouldn't be resistant to the idea. Well, I can never unhear that. And I know for a fact what I'll be thinking of when I go to bed tonight. Oh, he's gonna know what he's thinking tonight. Oh, shit. Megumi. Now it's in my mind of what it would be like with you and Yui. I think all the girls that he's had the chance with so far, you could say he had the chance with, they've all been pretty attractive. It sucks that we haven't seen two of them at all, though. One of them, of course, their family packed up and left. So we'll probably never see them again in the story. They're probably out permanently. And the other one, we just... no idea. No idea what happened to her. Literally nothing. No clue. Megumi and Yui, huh? Hideaki, what's with that creepy grin on your face? I love you and all, but seriously, you're scaring the children. Oh god, did I just get called creepy by Megumi? The girl who stalked me, crept into my bed, hugged me on our first meeting, and went through my underwear. She just called me creepy. Anyway, I wasn't kidding about that student council work. I know it's only a short break, but try not to miss me too much, okay? Sure. I'll just make do with your photo until you get back. That's the spirit. Make sure to keep it PG-13, okay? Just go already. Later. Megumi happily skipped out of the classroom, wearing a delighted grin as she giggled the entire way to the student council room. I kind of like that she is a little more happy at the moment. Sad and all the other stuff that she has been. What a handful. Megumi's calmed down a fair bit recently, but given her period of near depression, even this much feels like a natural disaster. Okay, so that day is done with. Oops, we're just moving one day. Sometimes this advance whole entire weeks. With another school day has been passed without incident, I slept with welcome ease, plagued by not a single negative thought. Between the uninhibited excitement Megumi showed during summer break, and the depression she began to suffer under Mr. Katsuna's reign. Restful nights like last night appeared to be a thing of the past. I was sure that my life would henceforth be one dramatic event after another, spurred on by my relationship with my stalker slash class rep. But since the moment Megumi confided in me... Morning, Hideaki. Megumi has seemed like a new person. Well, I think she got a lot off her chest. She was able to open up to you, which is, I think, one thing she needed to do. The part of that depression that she was having and all that other stuff was because she wasn't sharing her secrets with anyone, and she could not get help from outside. She clearly couldn't deal with it herself. She needed someone else to step in and help. And for part of that, someone has to be willing to admit they need help. You can't help someone who's not willing to admit they need help. Or at least tell you what the issue is so that you can be involved with it to help out. I mean, they refuse help. You can't just force yourself on them. That really isn't going to change much. Morning, Megumi. I see that you remembered your pills this morning. My pills? Usually, you'd have jumped on me from behind, screamed in my ear, and given me a heart attack by now. The fact that you haven't means you must have remembered your meds. Hey, I did those things out of love. Her love has scared living daylights out of me. At any rate, those days are behind me now. I told you already, didn't I? I'm done pretending to be someone I'm not. Since Megumi resolved to stop living in her deceased sister's shadow, her behavior had steadily changed. She's been more defiant, particularly towards Mr. Katsuna, more soft-spoken and mellow around others, and even less demeanor. Thanks to Megumi's decision to turn her life around, I finally have a sane girlfriend. I will agree that she was kind of a little loopy. One, she was definitely a stalker. Most definitely. There was without a doubt that she was a freaking stalker. And she was trying to seduce you up the wazoo. Of course, you weren't falling for it right away, but I think you knew that she wasn't a terrible person. I think you could sense that you kind of just dealt with it early on. Told me, alright. I wasn't sure what you meant, but you definitely told me. That's right, so how do you like the new Megumi? Or rather, the old Megumi. No, the real Megumi. Why, look who's having the identity crisis now. I love the old, new, real Megumi. She's everything I like about last month's model, but with most of the bugs sorted out. Bugs? Now that's a problem. I realize that Megumi isn't into video games, but to not even know what a bug is, that's basic computer terminology. Or maybe it's because, in Megumi's vocabulary, the term bug refers solely to secret recording devices. The stalking part, that must be what he's referring to. Never mind. I was just being a smartass. The point is, I love the new you, Megumi. Deciding to be true to yourself is the best decision you've ever made. Well, at least you were willing to admit that you were trying to be a little smartass there. You're trying to make a little joke and be a little smartass. But of course you noticed that she wasn't getting it, so you just be like, yeah, I was trying to be a smartass. It's okay. I love the new you. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, Aki, you sweet talker. If we weren't at school right now, I'd just eat you up. Well, that's one part of Megumi that hasn't changed. Not that I'm complaining. But that'll have to wait until later. Right now we have a double date with some textbooks. Yeah. Of all the things about herself Megumi could have changed, why was her passion for schoolwork spared? If we have one more self-study lesson together, I think I'm gonna cry. Our first 3 classes for the day passed by quickly, providing little amusement and interest to those present. We all kept our eyes on our textbooks, paid attention, and neither provoked nor caused any problems for our teachers. Just another regular day in the life of a regular high school student. It's strange to think that I'd miss days like this. I used to crave excitement, hoping for my boring high school life to somehow change and for things to become interesting. But after the drama with Megumi, not to mention Chinatsu's disappearance and Shiro moving away, I think I'd rather live a boring life after all. I still want to know what the hell happened to Chinatsu. I mean, it's been bugging me. I mean, we got Yui back here, we got his friend, and we all know that. We already know what happened to Shiro. She moved away. So, and we kind of know the reasoning why. I mean, I think they owed money or something to some debt collector guys, or probably some gangsters or some sort. I think that's what it was. Pretty much that's what it comes down to, and they were afraid, so they kind of on the run. They must have found out where they were living and decided to move away. It's like, we gotta get out of here. Know where we are. He's constantly on the run. That's from my understanding of what he's, the little teeny bit they've given us on information for that. But Chinatsu, we have zero information on what happened to her. We have literally no idea, really any info on her. I bet if we chose a different path earlier on and spent more time with Chinatsu, it would be a totally different thing, and we'd probably be dating Chinatsu for all we know. I don't know how many endings are in here, but that's all I could maybe think of. While students continued to leave the classroom, I kept a cautious eye on our teacher, Mr. Katsuna. I think you definitely should, until you actually graduate or until you have some proof of something he tries to do that you can throw him in the slammer. I would almost think, you could have brought up, if you were really recording that conversation, that. Something probably would have happened to him. If there was one person capable of wrecking the peace and I so craved, it was him, the very man responsible for ruining Megumi's life. But even as Megumi bid me goodbye as she headed for the student council club room, Mr. Katsuna showed no sign of approaching her. Throughout the lesson, he didn't call on Megumi at all. He didn't address her. Outside of calling the roll, he didn't ask for her help and generally seemed to be avoiding her. Which, if he was smart, he would just leave it all behind, because he somehow has gotten his job back. And you guys do not seem to be plotting at the moment, from what I can tell, plotting to try to get him thrown out. He should just take advantage of this and turn himself around. But you never know. He's done it once. He might have done it before, more than once before that term. He might do it again. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's actually given up. Ah, Hideaki. Please hold on a moment. As I prepared to leave the classroom myself, Mr. Katsuna approached me. Sensei? Mr. Naito? I was hoping I could speak to you in private for a moment. Speak to me in private? Sir, I'm flattered, but I don't swing that way. Mr. Naito, I'm being serious here. So am I. I even have a girlfriend. I'd ask if you wanted to meet her, but she seems to hate your guts. Mr. Katsuna sighed as I refused to play along. Actually, Mr. Naito, girlfriend is the one I want to talk to you about. I'm shocked. Please, Mr. Naito, I need your help getting through to her. Miss Hinohara hasn't been acting like herself lately. As her teacher, I'm worried about her. You seem like a decent, responsible young man. I was hoping you could help you kill her. Mr. Katsuna's eyes widened in shock as what I said. The knowledge behind my words was something none of the students here should know about, bar one. A random student from his class should have no idea about his past. But as Mr. Katsuna remembered who he was speaking to, his eyes narrowed and regained his calm. So, she's still telling people that, huh? I really will need to talk to her. Mr. Katsuna mumbled underneath his breath, too low for me to hear. Well, for some reason I would want to believe Megumi. But you never know. Maybe there's going to be some sort of spin and Megumi isn't telling us the whole story. Or maybe Megumi's story is full of fallacies of some sort. I mean, I would rather believe her, but things do get made up. I mean, it's a hard thing to believe. I mean, like, the only one he's told is him. It's like, just leave it on. Leave this alone. She's not ruining your Mr. Katsuna. She's not trying to ruin your reputation here. She just wants you to leave her alone. And I think she'll leave you alone. As far as I can tell, she's not spreading rumors about you. Though. I think this is just something to let be and leave alone. Mr. Katsuna... Oh, I already read that. He seemed angry yet in control, quietly deciding upon his next course of action. Sensei? Oh, right, Mr. Naito. Please forget about our conversation just now. I won't be requiring your assistance after all. Uttering those hurried words, Mr. Katsuna returned to his desk, grabbing something from the top drawer before he finally left the classroom. I don't know. For some reason... I mean, I don't know if she's lying or not, but for some reason I believe her, but Mr. Katsuna, now that he kind of has that, now knows about that, you know, that he's been told, Hideaki has been told that, because he didn't know before. Hopefully Mr. Katsuna's not going to try something funny on Megumi and actually try to kill her. Or Hideaki, for that matter. That would be terrible. Following Mr. Katsuna's abrupt departure, I completed my final class for the day in silence, and school came to an end. Megumi and I walked back to my house together, swapping roles as she escorted me home safely. I protested at first, saying that I should be the one to see her off, but knowing Megumi's legendary obstinance, I never stood a chance. Well, here we are. Home sweet home. Yep, for one of us, that is. For now. But our time will come, Hideaki. Just you wait and see. Ah, yeah. Anyway, this is my stop, so... Aren't you going to invite me in? She still has that... I mean, she does is kind of pushy in that relationship department. She, like, really wants to advance it and seems that... Like, how do you know that Hideaki is going to be your one? I mean, you never know that type of thing. I don't think you want to take something too quickly, because then you kind of get stuck in that relationship. I mean, then you might have children, and then you got other people's lives in your hand. That if your relationship is bad, now you're gonna mess up their lives. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Huh? I invite you in? At this time of night? Why not? I promise that I'll be quiet. Your mother will never even know I was here. It's scary to think how many times Megumi could have been here without my knowledge. But sleeping over on a school night would be bad, right? So, some other time maybe. Saturday it is, then. I'll make sure to wear my sexiest underwear. Sure thing, Megumi. You do the same, okay, Aki? Do guys even wear sexy underwear? I know I have none, I just have my boxers and shit. It's like, I don't have one that I consider, this is my sexy boxers. This is the boxers I'm gonna have sex in. Megumi's sexiest? I wonder what those are, really. I mean, you know... I'm trying to think of what she would look good in. What would go good with pink hair? I mean, black goes with pretty much anything. But I'm trying to think of what other colors might look good. No, wait. That isn't what I... Sweet dreams, Aki. By the time I have gotten my mind out of the gutter, Megumi had already begun to walk home. Mind out of the gutter. On that night, despite my recent inclination to go to sleep early, I found myself wide awake. Thinking about her sexiest underwear, were you? Hours passed by as I stared at the ceiling, trying to fall asleep. Closed my eyes, tossed and turned, and did everything else I could think of to fall asleep. But no matter how hard I tried to clear my mind and rest, a single thought lingered in my mind. Okay, what is it? I'm really itching to know what it is. Is it really over? That's what it was. I was hoping it was something else. For some reason, dude, I don't think it is. I don't think it's over. Although Mr. Katsuna had backed off once Megumi started to fight back, I couldn't help but feel that he wouldn't give up so easily. And I have a feeling about that as well. Earlier today, he had tried approaching me instead, trying to use me to get to Megumi. Would he try it again? Would he use some of Megumi's classmates to lure her out? Would he invoke my name in order to solicit a reaction from her? Those worried thoughts kept running through my mind, eating away at me as my mind finally began to slip away. Big question I wanted to know, too. Watching as the last few lights went out in his target's apartment block, a solitary figure waited patiently in his car. Oh shit. Is it him? Is he gonna try to frickin' kill Megumi? Or kidnap her? I had a feeling that he might be trying to frickin' kill her or something. I know that it must be him. He bided his time, gazing through a pair of binoculars and into the window of a single apartment. The subject of his curiosity had already gone to sleep hours ago, leaving him to watch an empty house as he waited for the right time to strike. I managed to avoid prison last time, but I don't have the funds to make that happen again. You bought your way out? How much money did you have, Mr. Kasuna? I mean, you always hear about rich people getting away, but how much money did frickin' Mr. Kasuna have? Maybe he was well off. Maybe he lived off, a lottery winning or something that he had, and he was able to spend most of it to try to get out. You always hear about rich people getting out of crimes. I need to do this right. You, Mr. Katsuna. You fucking dare try to kill her. Mr. Katsuna turned his sights toward a bundle of rope and a gag, sitting in the car's passenger seat. Taking both in his left hand, he opened his door and exited the car, slowly making his way towards his target's apartment. Wait, Megumi. Tonight, nobody will get in our way. Is Hideaki gonna get worried and he's like gonna go visit Megumi's apartment and save the day? I mean, you gotta think of the paths this might turn. I'm gonna assume that he's going to accomplish his task. He's gonna break in. The question is, because he's having a hard time sleeping, or Hideaki is he actually, because he's so worried, is he gonna go visit Megumi? It would really, oh man, oh, freaking teacher. Knew he still was probably going to be out. I had a feeling that this wasn't over with, that no matter what would happen, he would probably try something else. He wouldn't just let this all slide away. Man, what a drag. It took forever for me to get to sleep, and when I finally got due, nature calls. Half asleep, limply dragging my feet along, I made my way back from the bathroom into my bedroom. As I flopped back down on my bed, however, even if I closed my eye, I noticed a disturbance. On my desk was a flashing light, made many times brighter by the darkness surrounding it. Oh no, your phone. Is Megumi trying to call you? Like, someone's trying to break into her house? God damn it. Who would be trying to contact me at this hour? I swear, if this was real... I begrudgingly got out from the bed and moved over to my desk, squinting my eyes as the bright display of my phone lit up. From real, I guess he gets to live for another day. No text message, no incoming calls, but 3 missed calls and 1 voicemail from Megumi. I selected the voicemail and pressed my ear against the phone, causing a familiar voice to play. Hideaki, please help me! He's here! He's at my house! Megumi's voicemail ended, taking with it the last of my fatigue. Shit, man. Out of the house he's gonna be. So, he didn't go over there worried. She called for help. Will he make it? Will he make it in time? Is now the question. Even without giving me a name, you already know who it is. You don't need to give no freaking name. You'd have the idiot not to know who the hell she's talking about. What kind of enemies does she have? There's only one enemy I know of. It's that one fucker. Her quiet yet panicked voice told me everything I needed to know. I opened my eyes wide, staring at the timestamp of the voicemail. That was almost 2 hours ago. Shit. Damn. I think you're late now if it's 2 hours ago. Hopefully she's not dead. That's the big question. Hopefully that she's probably not at the house either. He probably dragged her away. Oh no. No, no, no. Megumi! Shit. Without bothering to change clothes or even put on shoes, I ran from my house faster than I would have thought possible. I sprinted down the street with only a single thought on my mind, desperately running towards Megumi's apartment. Damn it, I knew this wasn't over. I should have played along with Megumi's request and let her stay over. I should have warned her about my earlier encounter with Mr. Katsuna. Now, because of me, Megumi is... I made it to Megumi's apartment block in record time, ignoring my ragged breathing and weary legs as I sprinted up the staircase. I ran straight to Megumi's apartment and threw open the door, unlocked, letting myself inside. Megumi, where are... Whoa. Megumi has a knife. Well, she's not the dead one. But I think she has every right. No matter what the reasoning is, this dude broke into her house. And who knows what was trying to do. Anyone who breaks into... Whatever reason you have, you break into someone's house and they try to defend themselves. If he's dead now, he has no defense. He can't say he tried to do something, a specific thing. Because he broke into her house. So, Megumi is... At least I'm glad that she's alive. But... Whew. Ah, there you are, Aki. I was beginning to think you wouldn't make it. As I screamed Megumi's name, a familiar presence appeared before me. Standing in front of me was Megumi, the girl from whom I received a distress signal 2 hours ago, holding a knife in her hand. And at her feet was... Is that? That what? Improper sentences, Aki. I held my hand over my mouth, pressed the urge to vomit as I looked down at the bloody corpse at Megumi's feet. Though his face was scarred and bloody, shredded until the lump of flesh could no longer be considered a face, the body in front of me without a doubt belonged to Mr. Katsuna. Megumi, this... What happened here? I don't understand. Aki? What's wrong? Why aren't you coming closer? I think it's because you got a freaking bloody knife in your hand. You seem to... maybe have... Maybe he doesn't know what you're going to do? I mean... something? Don't have to be afraid. He can't hurt anyone anymore. I made sure of it. Yumi stared at me with blank, lifeless eyes as though the corpse at her feet didn't mean a thing. She just kept clutching the knife in her hand, prepared to hack and slash whoever dared to walk through her door. Megumi, put the knife down, okay? You said it yourself, right? He can't hurt anyone anymore, so why don't you just... I wish I could, Aki. I really wish I could. You're not gonna kill yourself, are you, Megumi? For some reason, I don't think she would try to kill, Hideaki. But herself? For some reason, feeling that she would be up for that. Megumi's smile disappeared as she tightened her grip around on the knife. What? What are you talking about? Don't need that anymore, right? So put it down and we can... Damn it, Aki. I'm telling you I can't. What do you think will happen when I do, huh? That this thing will just disappear? That none of this will have happened? This isn't a joke, Hideaki. This thing at my feet is a prison sentence. No, Megumi, don't kill yourself, Megumi. You don't know that. Well, maybe for slashing his face like that. I don't know what you did to his body, from what we can tell. It did sound like slashes. Maybe if it looked like you started trying to mutilate him, maybe you wouldn't get off so easily. But if it just looked like defense, maybe you would, Megumi. I don't think... It would be a lot of trouble that you would have to go through, Megumi, and stress, but I think you can make it through it. I killed someone, and now I have to pay. Megumi, don't kill yourself, Megumi. Damn, man. Hopefully Hideaki talks her out of it. I'm a murderer! Defending yourself is not murder, in my opinion. If you killed him in defense, you are not a murderer. That is my opinion on it. Anyone who kills someone in defense, you are not a murderer. You're trying to defend yourself, nothing more. Megumi began to wave the knife around as she spoke. Although most of the blood had dried a long time ago, specks continued to fly off, painting her kitchen a deeper shade of red. As murderers need to be punished. Megumi's voice reverted to a whisper as she looked towards the corpse at her feet. He needed to die, Hideaki. The man who killed my sister needed to die. But now, just like him, I committed the exact same sin. Megumi, I think you're looking at this the wrong way, girl. He came into your house, broke into your house, and you defended yourself. You did not do the exact same that he did. So, if death was the only thing he had to look forward to, then... No, don't kill yourself! Megumi's grip loosened, but she still failed to drop the knife. With nothing but death on her mind, and a fresh corpse at her feet, Megumi's options were limited, and there was no ideal way out. Megumi, you can't mean that. You were defending yourself, right? You had no choice. This is nothing like what happened with your sister. You aren't even remotely similar to this scumbag. Hideaki is right. It's just Megumi's gotta accept it that they are not the same. She doesn't deserve death. Even if that's true, I can't live like this. I can't say I've ever killed anyone, so I can't know how that feels. I can't really say that I know how it feels after you've done it, if you feel remorse or whatever, or even if they were a murderer, or if you were doing it in defense. I can't say how it feels, so this is something I have no idea. I'm a killer, Hideaki. The thing I hated most. Even if he deserved to die, it wasn't my decision to make. Whether people forgave me or not doesn't matter. This is something I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. There's no going back from this, Hideaki. Can't you see? No matter what I do, My life is over. No, that's not true. You should... It, trying to think. This is... Whatever we choose here will probably be the outcome of whether she probably kills herself or not. Damn. Not sure how I want to approach this. I mean, I think... Well, I know that, you know, turning yourself in would be the best option for... But she's on the verge of killing herself. And that option's already there. And she's probably already gone over that. The thoughts of turning herself in. Because she's gonna think that she's a murderer and all that stuff. So, I don't know how telling her to turn herself in is going to help anything in this matter. You would have to come up with more than just saying turn yourself in. Some sort of explanation. But how would running away do it? Run away with him, that means Hideaki would have to give up a lot of his life as well. But he would basically be accepting her murder, and then they would look suspicious, and if they were found, there'd be something. I don't know what decision I want to make. I got two decisions here, and I have no idea what I want to make. This is like a 50-50 split. One of them, I think, is going to be basically a happy ending, maybe, and one's probably going to be a sad ending. That's what I'm assuming. Actually, I'm going to save here, because I want to see, kind of, after whatever we pick, what might happen. I really want to see what would happen picking the other way. So whatever we choose, I want to know what would happen the other one. Alright, I'm going to choose run away with her. We're going to run away together. That's a choice I'm going to make here. I'm going to see what happens. You should run away with me. Huh? Run away as in the two of us together? On the run from the law? Hideaki, don't be silly. We can't do that. Why not? Just think about it. If the two of us quit school and find work in another town, that's not going to happen, Hideaki. Not now. Not never. Megumi immediately and decisively shut my suggestion down, not showing even the slightest inclination of wanting to accept it. But why? If you stay here, you're going to go to jail, and all because of that lowlife scumbag. If that's the case, then we should. I could feel tears welling up in my eyes as I screamed at Megumi. The thought of her being punished for simply defending herself was too much to bear, especially after everything she had already been through. But even as I choked back tears, Megumi continued to smile. Thank you, Hideaki. Really. You have no idea how happy it makes me that you would think about me that deeply. But you just don't understand. My throat closed up as I tried to reply to Megumi to ask what I had failed to understand. Tears streamed down my face as I silently cried, unable to utter even a single word in response. Hideaki, no matter what happens to me, the one thing I cannot allow is for me to become a burden to you. I love you, Hideaki, more than I ever thought possible. Far more than I love myself. You're the only reason why I'm here right now. I needed to stay here, in this apartment, so we could see each other one last time. And now that I've had the chance, now that I've gotten to tell you one last time how much I love you, it's over. I cannot allow my freedom to destroy your life. I cannot allow my actions from here on to bring you any further pain. Megumi tightened her grip on the knife, still wearing a smile, not at all appropriate for the situation at hand. So, before I drag you down any further, let me just say this one last time. Hideaki, I have loved you since the moment we met, and no matter what happens from now on, I always will. She killed herself. I don't know, maybe the other option would have been a lifesaver, but maybe both of them were bad. I actually enjoyed this one. I'm gonna do a quick after this. Of course, it's not gonna be recorded, but I'm gonna do a quick look at if I chose the other option, what might have happened. Because it might have both been bad, and it wouldn't have mattered. But here's an ending. Definitely not a happy ending. Definitely not a happy ending. Megumi end. You know, for all I know, they could have both been bad and ended with her killing herself. Just slightly different approaches, maybe. Well, guys, I really enjoyed this one. That was one ending. We got the Megumi end. I don't know if there's multiple endings for Megumi or not. Maybe there's only one. Maybe I'll take a look at the achievements. Maybe that has a listing of, and I have a better idea because I haven't taken a look at the Steam achievements to see what maybe there is. So maybe that'll give me a good idea. Maybe if there's multiple endings of each character. That is, I'm assuming each character has their own ending of some sort. Well, guys, thank you for chugging along with me. As far as I can tell, I probably won't do another of this because there's a lot of games I play. But if there's enough people who are interested, and maybe I'll take a look at trying to go down another path at some point. Thank you all for watching this. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I enjoyed this one. And you all have a great day.